in just about 2 weeks, we will mark 1 year since the death of George Floyd. This comes as a federal grand jury unsealed a criminal indictment against Derek Chauvin and 3 other officers involved in the case. Take a listen.
And so when you think about this indictment, you think not just about George Floyd, but you think about the message this sends to other marginalized minorities who believe they were denied their due process, that they were denied their day in court.
Benjamin Crump there speaking. So the Justice Department is also investigating the Minneapolis Police Department for civil rights violations. Here to discuss all of this and where do we go from here is Reverend Al Sharpton of the National Action Network. Good morning, Reverend Al. Always good to see you.
Good morning.
All right, we were listening to Mr. Crump there speak. I want to talk to you about this decision to indict all 4 officers in George Floyd's death. That was made pretty quickly. What message is it sending to departments across the country?
Well, I clearly think that the message is that now under this Justice Department, that police will not be treated above the law. And it sends a signal to them that if you operate in any way that breaks the law, that robs people of their civil rights, we will prosecute you. What was most noteworthy to me about this was that it has been the custom that if the state charges officers or individuals for that matter, and they're successful, usually the feds back up. Even after Chauvin was convicted, they indicted him anyway on federal charges, which means they really want to send a strong signal that the whole era of police getting a pass is over if the evidence is there that they were abusive and criminal.
That's really a good point there. Also, the Fed stepping on the gas to some extent because they included in that indictment the case where Derek Chauvin is accused of kneeling on the neck of a teenager, a 14-year-old, back in 2017. And we're seeing that maybe it lasted for about 17 minutes. Also struck that teen multiple times in the head with a flashlight. Why was that important for this federal case?
Well, I think the reason it was important, one, it was a crime, but the other thing is it sends a signal that if the Minneapolis Police Department, which, by the way, the Justice Department now is put under review, had taken that case seriously in 2017, maybe Chauvin wouldn't have been available or on force, at least, to even do what he did to George Floyd. So it sends a strong signal that if we've got to go back to 17 and indict him, why didn't the Minneapolis Police Department do something, at least administratively, about it in 2017?
Interesting. Yeah. Let me ask you about Derek Chauvin in particular, because he's due to be sentenced next month. The Minneapolis Attorney General demanding a more severe jail sentence for this convicted cop. What's the likelihood of that happening in the state case?
Well, I think that the likelihood certainly should be on the side of the state attorney general because he's outlined the reasons. And if you go by the guidelines and the guidelines give reasons for asking for further time, then they should go by those guidelines. I think what is ironic here is that Chauvin's attorney did the customary request for a new trial. And you should be careful what you ask for. He is going to get a new trial now, a federal trial, not the new trial he wanted.
Yeah. And, you know, the 3 other officers, they are scheduled to go to trial, speaking of, in August. I know you'll be monitoring that, but do you expect them to go ahead and agree to a plea deal, considering what they've seen in the Chauvin trial?
Well, the question is, I think they may try to do that. The question is plea to what and whether that is acceptable, because they stood by and watched this happen, did not interfere, and they're being compliant with it, made them in many ways accessories and involved in what happened, as charged now by the federal indictment. Right. The problem they have with a plea now is that they have an indictment by the federal government that they were compliant. So how does the state give them a plea on something that the feds are indicting them on? It's become a very complex situation.
That's a very good point, too. All right, I want to switch gears while I have you here. I want you to give us some insight. Have you had some time to look into the mayoral election and decide who you're going to endorse?
I've looked at it. I've not made a choice yet. I'm watching it. We've got 5 weeks out, so I have time. But I think that there are impressive candidates making their case. I know several of them very well, but I've not come to a decision.
That was such a diplomatic answer there, Reverend Al. Hey, I got to ask you about your morning thoughts. You really impressed me. I watch you on Instagram. You're up early, what, at 4 o'clock in the morning, getting ready to go to the gym, getting your workout on. But you talked this morning about results versus revenge, and I think that's very important as people watch these trials play out, and they're waiting for some kind of justice. So give us some insight on what you mean by results versus revenge.
You know, when you face an injustice, whether it's in your personal life or in the public square, you have two choices. You can go for revenge. You get even. You try to pay somebody back that offended you or did you wrong in your life, or some injustice, fighting some kind of bias. Or you can go for results to make sure that whatever you do is focused to move ahead, to move forward, to overcome the adversity, and make sure that you move the mark so that others will not suffer what you suffer. And it takes a twist and turn of discipline and focus to say, I'm going to focus on results, not just make myself get some satisfaction out of a temporary revenge.
Very well said. And, you know, I want to get some results with the new headband, Reverend Al. I'm going to have to create a Reverend Al headband for you.
You just came up with something I'm going to give you credit for.
Okay, all right. Hey, we can go into business together. How about that?
All right. All right.
I'll talk to you soon, Reverend Al. Take care.
All right. God bless.
You too.